Hey, Pastor Josh here. We're reading Jeremiah chapter 41, verses 1 through 18. Like I said, Ishmael is going to, like we said in the previous reading video, Ishmael is going to be a name that you need to keep track of. Ishmael has been the one that Johanan had said would come and kill Gedaliah, the governor now of Judah. And in the 7th month, Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, son of Elishama, of the royal family, one of the chief officers of the king, came with 10 men. So it doesn't come with a lot, but he comes with a group of people, comes to Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, at Mizpah, with one object, one goal, and that is to assassinate Gedaliah. And they ate bread together. And I think that's a great sin, right? Not only not only is attacking and ultimately killing somebody a terrible, awful sin, but then they do it under the guise of being a friend, of being together. So they ate bread together. Gedaliah thinks Ishmael is very supportive of him, and then he turns and he rises up and strikes him down. Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and the 10 men with him rose up and struck down Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, with the sword and killed him, whom the king of Babylon had appointed governor in the land. You can't help but think that Gedaliah has been told this. It's really an example of extreme foolishness on Gedaliah's part. There has been somebody that's been with Gedaliah this whole time. Who's that somebody? Jeremiah, the prophet of God, who obviously has been correct in everything that he has said. And does Gedaliah consult Jeremiah at all? No. And I think having this narrative here in this way is to just exemplify the foolishness of Gedaliah. Exemplify the foolishness of this ruler of Jerusalem, which actually, this ruler of Judea. Remember, they're not in Jerusalem; they're actually in Mizpah, because Jerusalem is utterly destroyed and burned down. And so, but this is the same thing that all the rulers have been doing. They've not been listening to Jeremiah at all. And then this is just the extreme foolishness where you've got the prophet with you, living with you, and you choose not to ask him at all. Well, what do you think? Do you think, Jeremiah, do you think that Ishmael is come to kill me? What do you think? What does the Lord say? It doesn't say that. Not recorded at all. And that's going to be something a little different that happens to the next person that's kind of in charge of this little group here. So let's read and find out. So he kills him, and then he also strikes down all the Judeans who were with Gedaliah at Mizpah and the Chaldean soldiers who happened to be there. So the Ishmael and these 10 men were very aggressive, and they go after him and complete this. On the day after the murder of Gedaliah, before anyone knew of it, 80 men arrived from Shechem and Shiloh and Samaria with their beards shaved and their clothes torn and their bodies gashed, bringing grain offerings and incense to present at the temple of the Lord. So here's would be an example to follow. These are people that are coming to Jerusalem, coming to a burnt temple that is in ashes, that's totally destroyed. They've come mourning. Their beards are shaved, their clothes are torn, their bodies are gashed. This is abnormal, particularly bodies being gashed. There's even commands in Scripture not to do that, but they're coming and they are mourning. They're extremely sad, and they're coming to present this incense to the Lord. They're bringing grain offerings because there's no altar there anymore to do the animal offerings. It's all just a mess, and so they're coming extremely heavy weighted, and there are 80 men that are coming. And Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, came out from Mizpah to meet them. And of course, no one knew of this yet, and knew what did not know what Ishmael had done to Gedaliah. And so Ishmael went out and met them, and he was weeping as he came. And an attitude that we need to have in our minds is that people can be fake. People can be not genuine with us. And Ishmael was definitely not genuine. He was faking his crying and weeping as he met these folks. And as he met them, he said to them, "Come in to Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam." He's lying, and not only is he lying, it's under the pretense of being like, "Hey, we're friends, we're buddies, come on in here." And you can only imagine that this is not going to turn out well. When they came into the city, Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and the men with him slaughtered them, cast them into a cistern. But there were 10 men among them who said to Ishmael, "Do not put us to death, for we have stores of wheat, barley, oil, and honey hid in the fields." So he refrained and did not put them to death with their companions. He said, "Hey, we've got things that you may want: stores of wheat, barley, oil, and honey hidden in the fields. Don't kill us." And so he chose not to. And of course, it's just the wickedness and the evil of Ishmael in what he does. He acts like a friend and then stabs you in the back, literally, and then. Okay, so he's not going to kill these people because they have something that he may have. Just total wickedness of this man here. Verse 9. Now the cistern into which Ishmael had thrown all the bodies of the men whom he had struck down with Gedaliah was the large cistern that King Asa had made for defense against Baasha, king of Israel. Would have been when, if you remember, at the very beginning of our videos, I had stressed a little bit that there were, Israel used to be a divided kingdom, and then they became 2 separate kingdoms. The northern kingdom was referred to as Israel. Southern kingdom was oftentimes referred to as Judah. The northern kingdom would often sometimes be named Ephraim, because that was one of the larger tribes that was in the northern kingdom. The capital city in the north was Samaria. The capital city in the south was Jerusalem, and they fought against one another at different times. And so this was one of those times that King Asa had made a defense against Baasha, king of Israel. So there was this large cistern there that he uses to throw all of these dead bodies into. Just a shame. Just so sad. Ishmael the son of Nethaniah filled it with the slain. Then Ishmael took captive all the rest of the people who were in Mizpah. So Ishmael is just totally taking over, ruling. Takes the king's daughters and all the people who were left at Mizpah, whom Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, had committed to Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam. Again, the foolishness, right? Gedaliah has been put in charge ultimately to seek their welfare, to take care of them. And he didn't, because he was unwise. He didn't consult the prophet of God that was with him. He just did his own thing. And how oftentimes can we be accused of not consulting the God when we make decisions and when we go about our own lives? Ishmael the son of Nethaniah took them captive and set out to cross over to the Ammonites. But when Johanan, remember, he's the one that knew this was going to happen. He's the one that tried to warn Gedaliah. When Johanan and all the leaders of the forces with him heard of all the evil that Ishmael the son of Nethaniah had done, they took all their men and went to fight against Ishmael the son of Nethaniah. So he's going to go save Jeremiah and all the rest of them. They came upon him at the great pool that is in Gibeon, and when all the people who were with Ishmael saw Johanan the son of Kareah and all the leaders of the forces with him, they rejoiced. So there's these people with Ishmael. They're practically slaves. They see that Johanan and all his armies coming, and they're so happy. Yes, we're going to be free. This is the good guy. So all the people whom Ishmael had carried away captive from Mizpah turned around and came back and went to Johanan, the son of Kareah. So it's not even like there wasn't even really much of a battle that's happening at this point anyway. The captives are like, okay, there he is. We're going to run to him. So they went to Johanan, the son of Kareah. But Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, escaped from Johanan with 8 men and went to the Ammonites. So he went away, went back to the king that ultimately sent him to assassinate Gedaliah. Then Johanan, the son of Kareah, and all the leaders of the forces with him took from Mizpah all the rest of the people whom he had recovered from Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah. So he takes them away. He's taking them to himself, and he's going to have another plan for them, and he's going to take them to Egypt. After he had struck down Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, soldiers, women, children, eunuchs, whom Johanan brought back from Gibeon. So he's got now all of these people that were captured by Ishmael, and they went and stayed at Geruth Chimmah near Bethlehem. intending to go to Egypt. Now, I got this in red because this is not what they're supposed to be doing. Jeremiah has made it uber clear that they need those that are staying need to stay in the land, serve the king of Babylon, or they need to go off to Babylon and serve them there. There's nothing about going to Egypt. In fact, Egypt was that country that until Jerusalem fell, they kept trying to hope that maybe Egypt would kind of help them out and kind of push back Babylon, and they would be kind of free on their own. And so going to Egypt is not a good thing. That is not what they need to be doing. And they wanted to go to Egypt because they were afraid of the Chaldeans. Well, he's probably going to think we killed him. They're not going to believe our story about what Ishmael did. So they're fearful when the Chaldeans come back and the rulers come back, because even some of the own Chaldeans were killed. For they were afraid of them, because Ishmael the son of Nethaniah had struck down Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, whom the king of Babylon had made governor over the land. So they were afraid what would happen. And the question that should be in your mind is Johanan, who's kind of the leader now of this little group, is he going to consult Jeremiah or not? Is he going to consult the prophet of God and see what he should do? What do you think? Is he going to consult him or not? And if he does consult him, is he going to listen to him or not? We'll find out in the next video.